News Talk, 95.1 FM and 790 AM. We are KFYO Mornings with Dave King and Matt Martin. Here it is at 7:36. Make a note of that if you're getting up this morning. It's 67 degrees. The high today should be 91. And guess what? Our favorite guest is on the phone. Our all-time favorite Thursday morning guest is on the phone this morning. Good morning, Jerry Reynolds, the Car Pro.
Good morning, fellas. How are we doing today?
We're doing well. How are you?
Wonderful.
Buddy, I'm doing great. Just doing great. I don't know if you guys have had a chance to check your email in the last 10 minutes or so, but I sent you a picture so you could visualize what I've been driving around all week long. It has been a wonderful week for me.
Well, I didn't. Have you got that? You sent it to KFYO.com, right?
Yes,
Okay.
to mornings at KFYO.
Well, tell us about it.
I have the 2017 Mclaren 570GT.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, boy, this thing. I've never reviewed a McLaren before, and all of a sudden, just this year, I've had. This is the third what I call supercar that I've had. I had the Audi R8. Wow. I had the Aston Martin DB11 a few weeks ago, if you recall. And now this McLaren 570 GT, which is a variation of a somewhat new model of theirs. They've had the 570S for a while, but what they did for this GT model is they actually kind of tamed it down a little bit from the 570S. The ride isn't as harsh. It's got the steering isn't quite as tight. There's other structural changes in the car, but it's got the same engine and transmission, which is a 3.8-liter V8 with twin turbos, putting out 562 horses.
So let me guess, they didn't tame the price any, did they?
No. Actually, they did from the 570S.
Oh, okay.
It's about $20,000 cheaper, but it still comes in with a winter sticker price of $216,000.
It's a pretty car, though.
It is. And what's interesting about this car, all three of these type cars I've had this year, this one is the most comfortable to drive. This is a car that if you had all the money in the world and you wanted a car like this as a daily driver, this car would work. It's got the doors are interesting on this car. When you open the door, they go straight up. Picture that. I mean, they just go straight up. I mean,
okay.
And you've seen gull-wing cars where they come out kind of over the top, but these come straight up. And in fact, one of the warnings that they gave me was, if you park next to a pickup, watch the mirrors, because you're sitting down real low. If you raise that door straight up, you're liable to hit the mirror on a truck.
Yeah.
And so that's something that you've got to watch. This car obviously, they don't sell a ton of them. It's more of a halo car than anything else, but it's an interesting car and an enjoyable car, especially 0 to 60 in 3.3 seconds and a top speed of 204 miles per hour.
Well, I'll tell you, Jerry, I was about ready to tell you that it looks like Terry got you this week, but he didn't. Terry Box was. You've got a review on there of the Raptor Super Crew, which I mean, it looks great, and
that's a cool truck.
But man, you took the cake on that one.
Yeah, I put up a review of last week that I had actually put it up this week, but I had it all last week, of the 2017 Ram 1500 Lone Star Edition.
Okay.
So Terry and I were both in pickups this week. In that war, he certainly won.
Yeah.
With the Raptor.
Yeah.
That's a beastly truck. I had the super cab version of that truck, I don't know, probably 6 months ago. Really enjoyable, but the four-door would be the way to go.
Yeah. So what else do you have on your website right now?
I wrote an interesting column this week that might help a lot of your listeners. And what I've started to do for a couple of months now is take a caller that called into the show with a good question and then answer that question in writing and put it on the website as listener question of the week. And I had a frustrated listener from I believe he was from the Chicago area. But he goes, I dread this time of year because I service my car a lot, and the service at dealerships in the summertime is horrible. And I said, you're right. I mean, it's different. All the years I owned car dealerships, I dreaded the summer because I knew there were going to be more customer complaints. So from a dealership standpoint, I kind of walk people through.
Well, tell me why that is, Jerry.
Cars just break down more in the summertime. I mean,
the heat.
Especially in Texas. The heat. Absolutely. And coolant issues and air conditioning problems that you don't know about so much of the year. And then people all do the same. They've all got the same habits. I want to be there Monday morning, first thing when the dealership opens up, and that's a mistake. So I kind of walk everybody through, hey, schedule your service on Tuesday or Wednesday. That's a day that's slower in the shop. And then odds are, unless it's a serious issue, you'll have your car back by Friday at the latest, because dealers like to end the week with an empty shop so that on Monday morning they can load it back up again when everybody shows up. A little insight into the car business that you don't get in a lot of places.
Yeah, so I just don't know. As far as a dealer's concerned, can you call ahead and get an appointment, kind of like a doctor's office or something like that?
Oh, for sure. Absolutely. Dealers prefer appointments. Now, they can't always stick to them to a T. I mean, it's kind of like a doctor.
Right.
You get there, you sit in the waiting room 30 minutes too long, and then they move you to another room so you can sit for 30 more minutes, and now you're an hour late. In a car dealership, a technician's working on a car. He's got it torn down. It's up in the air 8 feet on a rack, and you find out that you don't have the parts. So, he's stuck. So appointments, a lot of dealerships can stay close to the appointment times, but just understand things are going to happen, and they may not be able to meet that exact appointment.
Yeah. All right. Well, Jerry, we thank you for calling. We actually do enjoy your call every week, seeing what you're driving. And you're on from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. every Saturday here at KFYO.
I am, and I love that. I love the audience there in Lubbock. They've been so supportive of us for so many years. I just really enjoy them.
And also give us your website.
CarProUSA.com. You can see everything we just talked about there. The McLaren review and video will be up Monday. So y'all can go back to CarProUSA.com on Monday and watch the video. It's pretty cool.
Jerry, thanks so much for calling, bud, and we will talk to you next week. It is 7:43 right now here on KFYO Mornings with Dave King and Matt Martin. Taking a break, and we'll be back in a moment.